Welcome into the Arrowhead Addict halftime show. It is the Chiefs and the Bengals. The Bengals are up 16-10 over the Chiefs in a game that honestly the Chiefs are kind of lucky to be hanging in right now. Given how the first half went, I think the Chiefs are pretty lucky to just be down 6 points. Sterling, what's the big takeaway here from this first half?
The tight ends of the Bengals are feasting. They are eating up this Chiefs defense. Quite frankly, the Chiefs have done a pretty good job overall when it comes to the Bengals wide receivers. Yes, Yoshevich had the nice toe touch in the end zone, right? The toes went the Chiefs' way week one, toes going the Bengals' way week two. But Jamar hasn't done hardly anything. McDuffie locked him down in the end zone. Quite frankly, the Bengals' aggressiveness has paid off. Andy Reid, I think, is getting away from the run, which was so successful early on in the game. They had a 4th and 1 on the goal line. They decided to kick the field goal after already going for on one other 4th down situation earlier in the drive. A little bit of a confusion there. Obviously, Carson Steele with the fumble, not ideal. But if you're the Chiefs, you know what you have to work on. You know what you have to fix. You can't let the Bengals tight end feast in the second half. Expect a big change from Steve Spagnuolo in this D.
Yeah, to your point, if we went into this game and I told you that Zach Moss, Chase Brown had 19 and 13 yards, and then Andre Yosevich, 1 catch for 4, Trent Irwin, 1 catch for 5, Jamar Chase, 2 catches for 18, you'd probably think the Chiefs were up by double digits by this point. But to that point, 3 catches for Mike Gesicki for 58 yards, 3 catches for Drew Sample, 28 yards, 3 catches, Eric All, 27 yards. That is absolutely killing the defense right now. And honestly, it's tough because the offense has put them in some hard positions. 2 turnovers, one of them in basically Bengals territory, the interception by Patrick Mahomes. You just knew that they were getting a touchdown off of that. It definitely felt like that was bound to happen. But honestly, the defense has held pretty tough. They've basically held them to 1 touchdown and a couple of field goals. That's certainly kept them in this game. With that Carson Steele fumble, it certainly could have been a lot worse. They go down and get 6 there, then it starts getting pretty scary pretty fast. And then flipping to the other side of the ball, the Chiefs have been running the ball really well. That first possession, they almost run the ball every single play. Just a couple of Patrick Mahomes pass attempts. You've got Isaiah Pacheco, 10 attempts for 51 yards. Carson Steele, 3 attempts for 13 yards and did have that costly fumble. It's really just been some lack of execution. We saw left tackle Kingsley Suamataia get baptized there a little bit by, albeit a great pass rusher and Trey Hendrickson, but I think that's a little bit of a look of what it looks like when they're doing true pass sets and hurry up offense there.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looked like Sam Hubbard originally started off on Kingsley's side, and he was doing okay. And I could be wrong here, but I thought I saw Hubbard originally on the side over Kingsley, and then we saw Trey. And then once Trey went over there, it's just been again that to end the half. It was 3 straight plays. Easily could have been holding calls on the last 2. I mean, Kingsley had him in a headlock. Mahomes did a great job just to get that ball away. But yeah, if they don't give him some help to Kingsley, which again, I'm not all blaming Kingsley here. He's a rookie left tackle, second rounder. We knew there was going to be some growing pains, especially when you go up against Trey Hendrickson. I'm not blaming this all on Kingsley. This is a tough matchup for, again, a rookie left tackle. You got to get him some help, whether that's Samaje Perine out of the backfield, whether that's a little chip help with the tight end, whether you have to run a little more 12 personnel. It's why he didn't look so bad when the Chiefs were running the football, because they're keeping it on the ground, and Trey Henderson can't get that great jump that he's had all season long so far. But yeah, there's 2 things that really stand out for me. It's Kingsley Suamataia and the fact that the Bengals are, again, just going to their tight ends time after time after time. The Chiefs linebackers, the safeties, they really need to step up in the second half.
Yeah, and I think one thing that stands out to me is the defense. They just have struggled to get out of, like, they're constantly in second and medium, third and medium, and third and short, right? Like, they're losing on first down frequently. The Bengals are chipping away there at 3 or 4 yards a clip. You had Joe Burrow coming in this week. A lot of people were wondering truly how healthy he was, how he looked, and he looks like a totally different quarterback this week. Part of that is because it's being made easy on him by how easy he can get the ball to the tight ends. So they're getting the Chiefs are getting pretty good pressure. They've already had 2 sacks on Joe Burrow. Trent Brown was really brutal last week. He's still having a rough time. George Karlaftis kind of got a covered sack on him. But it's been interesting. I've seen Najee Johnson mixing in the secondary here some. That's not something we saw last time. Interesting to see how that's going to work. But with these 2 teams, you always know it's going to be close. And I thought that this might be a dangerous game for the Chiefs just because the Bengals, they know they struggle in week 2, week 1. It's been made a huge deal. This was kind of their like wake up call. And of course, it comes against a team that they love to go against with the Chiefs. So I was concerned about this. Offensively, Chiefs are running the ball well. We talked about that. And then do want to highlight a positive. A great throw and catch by Rashee Rice, burning Cam Taylor-Britt, who had a lot of things to say about Chiefs receivers, particularly Xavier Worthy. It was kind of poetic to see that. Great rep from Rashee Rice there too.
Yeah, that was lulled them to sleep, if you will. Didn't need that straight line speed. And again, that's why I was laughing. Maybe Cam Taylor-Britt was being actually nice when he said Xavier Worthy can only run in a straight line, because clearly he's not good at stopping receivers who run in a straight line. I see a question there from Barbecue Vibes and Longboard Rides there. Why haven't the Chiefs gone to Kelce more often? The Bengals are really taking Kelce out of the equation here. This is what they do when the Chiefs play the Bengals. They really take Kelce out. The Chiefs wide receivers, for the most part, have stepped up. I really don't blame them. Richard, I see that. I don't have that super chat. I see you said that in the chat right there. I don't have that in front of me. The chat on my end is not working. So if you post it, I will be able to hit that one for you. But yeah, the Chiefs offense with 2 turnovers. I am shocked. I am shocked the Chiefs are down by 6. The Bengals talk all that smack. The Chiefs were getting up. This is not a trap game. They know this. I'm very disappointed by the Chiefs offense so far. Is all lost? No. I think the Chiefs still come back and win, but there are clearly some changes that need to be made. Here is a super chat from Raymond Chandler. Raymond, really appreciate it. Says, we've stopped our offense more than the Bengals have. I expect an offensive explosion in the second half from Mahomes and the offense. Price, you feel the same way?
It certainly does feel like the offense is moving well. They are more or less just shooting themselves in the foot, which kind of goes a lot of ways the Chiefs offense does. Like when it struggles, it tends to struggle in that ways. Patrick Mahomes, 10 for 13 for 93 yards. Now that interception was one of those incompletions. He's kind of had 2 really rough interceptions so far, just kind of like, I don't know, boneheaded. He's not seen the middle of the field well. And it seems like that's what the Bengals have done really well here. You've got,
I do not. I think he's out. I think Price just went silent right there. But yeah, I'm with you, Phil. I see Phil in the chat said stop deferring. I think part of it is just the non-aggressiveness from such a offensive-minded, phenomenal head coach. When you see the genius of Andy Reid offensively, and all of a sudden when it comes to these 4th and 1s, these short yardage situations, and you see Andy all of a sudden get so conservative, that is the frustration. Now, I know I had people on the X get at me and go, well, it's all said, it's all good when at the end of the season you're holding the Lombardis. I agree. Still, in the moment, it is very frustrating. Frustrating half, but a second half still to go. We know the Chiefs are great when they are coming from behind. We will see you guys for the post-game show right here on the Arrowhead Addict channel. So until then, keep the faith. Go Chiefs.